All good. Thank you.
Dear judo guests, once again, we inform you that the final block will be held on the central tatami, and first contest will be bronze medal contest for women under 48 kilo. Less than 2 minutes to go.
مباريات الميدالية البرونزية والأدوار النهائية ستدور على البساط في متوسط القاعة فقط.
One minute to go.
دقيقة وننطلق.
Well, a very big welcome to Qatar and to this 2021 Doha Judo Masters. And Qatar is one of the most fascinating countries in the world, and situated on the Persian Gulf. It's one of the safest and richest countries, of course, in the world. But Doha is playing host here to the top fighters in the world, battling it out for essential world ranking points that's going to qualify them for the Olympic Games later on this year. Now, the first air competition has been a hell of a battle, I can tell you. The lighter weights contesting it out for honours. And this final block starts with all the medal matches, and we're going to start with the bronze medal matches, followed by the finals. And we're going to start with the lightest weight category of under 48 kilograms. Here's the first match, and we've got the current world champion that we're just about to see. She lost in the semi-final match, and well, it was a bit of a surprise because Daria Biladid is definitely one of the hot favourites for the Olympic gold medal. And, well, it just goes to show, doesn't it? She lost to Tanaki Funa, who she'd never lost to before. She's beaten her in 2 world finals, and she lost to her here in the semi-final. She's, well, she doesn't take losing very well. She is so determined and such a great fighter. Here she is up against Catarina Costa of Portugal. Daria Biladid is going to be in blue. Costa is going to be in white. And, well, their world rankings at the moment. Costa of Portugal is world ranked at 8. Biladid at 2, but don't look at that. It means that Krasniki, who is the world number 1, who's in the final with Taneki, well, she has a chance to win this World Masters. But this is the bronze medal match then. Biladid has everything to prove here. Extreme left-handed fighter. And, well, you can see that Costa here absolutely, well, quite dwarfed by Biladid. Biladid very, very tall and rangy. And she has great newaza, great groundwork as well. And, of course, 3 different ways of winning here on the ground. She's straight into her favourite move, which is Sangaku Katami, and well, she made easy work of that, didn't she? She just was straight in for it there, and well, Costa of Portugal made a big mistake. So Biladid of the Ukraine, the current world champion, will win the bronze medal. She has to hold for 20 seconds. No score on the board, so she holds for 20 seconds, and look at her face. She's very concentrated, and like I say, she'll be a little bit angry that she wasn't in that final to contest the gold medal, but she'll bounce back. There's still plenty of events still to come. We weren't sure that they were all going to happen, but now we know, of course, that Israel, Uzbekistan, Tbilisi, Antalya and Paris are definitely on, as well as the world. So a few tears there from Biladid, and there because it didn't go all according to plan today, but she needs to just bear in mind that the big plan, of course, is the Olympic Games. Bronze medal to Daria Biladid, and made easy work of that. It does go to show that, of course, we're all human, and we just have to take our losses and make sure that we turn them to our advantage. That turn over there into the Sangaku Katami, triangular strangle with the legs. So easy, and well, it's something that she's been known for. People will do anything not to go down to ground with her, but she was straight on top there and took advantage. So a good easy win there. First bronze medal then to Biladid of the Ukraine. Second bronze medal match.
Now, next bronze medal contest for women.
And we've got former world champion Ürensetseg Mungbat of Mongolia here against Melanie Clement of France. Well, I'm showing you their world rankings, or that you're being shown the world rankings, and of course I said at the beginning that they're very important, the world rankings, because going into the Olympic Games, remember that this is top 36 in every weight category are here, but going into the Olympic Games in the top 8 seedings will put you away from anybody else and give you a better chance of a run through to an Olympic medal. It doesn't always work that way, but it gives you a much better chance. And of course, that's what some of these, certainly at round about 7 and 5 here, which is what Mungbat and Clement are, they'll be trying to get into the top 4 if they can, and it seeds you away from the top fighters. Here we go, Mungbat then in white. She's also a groundwork specialist. And for those who have joined us that don't know much about judo, then there are 4 different ways of winning. You can throw your opponent flat on their back. If you throw them on their side twice, you get the equivalent to the ippon, but flat on the back is an ippon. Hold them down for 20 seconds on their back, and if you strangle or arm lock for a submission. I'll point those out as we go along, and there's a penalty system as well. So if they don't attack, and if you just parry your opponent's grips off, then you can get penalised, and that's exactly what happened there. 1 Shido on the board, that's that little yellow mark on the board there. 3 of those and it's all over. So neither fighter can afford another one of those. You can get them for several things. Stepping outside of that yellow area, that's our ring. You have to stay within it. But of course, this is where the tactics come in, because sometimes you back somebody up towards the edge. They don't want to go outside, don't want to get penalised, so they push back in. Action, reaction is what our sport's all about. So this is also one of the favourite techniques of Mungbat. She likes to do what we just saw Biladid do there, but not for the hold down, but for the actual strangulation. It's a strangulation, triangular strangle with the legs. So we'll see her following Clement down to the ground whenever she can. It's all about gripping and getting your grip so that you can attack. The one that has the dominant grip is normally the one that initiates the throw and then enables them to follow through onto the ground. Now the referee will allow this to go on as long as it's progressive. So it's all about progression on the ground. And of course everybody knows that Mungbat is a specialist, so gives her a little bit more time down there to get it sorted. 7 weight categories in the men and the ladies divisions. This is the lightest of the ladies divisions, under 48 kilograms. We've also got 2 other weight categories for the ladies today, under 52s and under 57 kilograms. The other 4 will be contested over the next 2 days. And then of course the lightest weight categories for men, under 60s and under 66 kilograms. And of course then the other 5 weight categories will be contested over the next 2 days. So 7 weight categories in each, ending with, well, the heavyweights. The heavyweights for ladies is plus 78 kilograms, and the heavyweights for men is plus 100 kilograms, and that can mean 150, 160 kilos, which is what, of course, the great Teddy Riner, well, he's about 140 now, but yeah. Bit of a difference from 48 kilograms to that. Now then, an attacking situation here from Mungbat. If she can get into that arm here, which she's managed to do. Now she'll try and straighten the arm out. She has to apply pressure to the elbow joint here. Clement trying to keep her head up and upset the balance. But we can see there that Mungbat, yes, Mungbat was against the elbow there, and she shouted Clement, so Ippon was called, definite Ippon, and normally the referee will get a chance to stop it a little bit before that, but it wasn't quite connected. So Mungbat, former world champion there, will be on the rostrum with Biladid, 2 bronze medalists. Of course, every match here at this World Masters, it's not the World Masters for veterans, this is the World Masters for the elite fighters in the world. And, well, what can you say? Every match is virtually either a European final or a Grand Prix final equivalent, or a world final or Olympic final. Some amazing matches all the way through. So she just indicates there, Mungbat, that Clement just tapped up. She submitted. So Clement had her head free. Normally the right leg of the of Mungbat there will go over the head to secure the head, but she manages there just to take the arm, and you can see it's straight, it's against the joint, and in the end she has to submit there, Clement. Don't forget, it is the world number 5 there that had to submit. In fact, it was virtually, it's Udigarami that she gets, which is a bent arm lock, but it's still against the joint. Of course, the referee straight in there to stop any injury. So now to the final, and the world number 1, world rank number 1 here against the world rank number 3, and this is going to be a great match. Both of these ladies have been on great form all the way through, and well, I can tell you there's a lot of fighters that haven't had the best of form, and I think that's because of preparation, because of difficult times, trying to get the amount of free practice, randori, the equivalent to sparring in boxing, and we need bodies to do that. And of course, everybody struggled to do that because of the COVID situation. But they're here and they're starting their quest for Olympic Games, and that means possibility of 5 other events after this. There is a World Championships later on in the year as well. Very unusual that you don't see a World Championships and an Olympic Games on the same year, but it's because of points and qualification, because you have to have a certain amount of qualifying events prior to an Olympic Games, so they've had to put an extra event in. Krasniki of Kosovo coming out here in white against the former world champion Tanaki of Japan. Such depth in Japan, they've got probably 2, 3 that could represent at the Olympic Games. They've selected their Olympic team now. Tanaki, I think, was here to fight Biladid, which she did. She'd never beaten her before, and now that will really give her a lot of confidence. Don't forget that the Olympics are on home ground for Tanaki. So backing Krasniki up, Tanaki, using the feet all the time. Oh, look at that! Oh, what an attack that was there. Krasniki taking Tanaki over. Beautiful Uchimata. She had the sleeve. It's right against left. Hopping Uchimata. Didn't quite get the elevation. She landed on her side, not quite fully on the back, and gets a Wazari scored. One more Wazari. 2 Wazaris, remember, score a Nippon, and that finishes the contest. So one more of those will do. Well, that was an attack with Krasniki going out of the area. I don't think she'll be penalised for that. So physically strong, Krasniki. Oh, that's it, it's all over. 2 Wazaris there. Change of direction there for Krasniki. And the world #1 showed that she is a real danger for that Olympic title. And certainly Biladid will be looking at that and thinking that she's got a real opposition there. That was a brilliant performance from Krasniki. It really was, because to take Tanaki, the former world champion, out like that was something else.
First gold medal at this year's Masters goes to Kosovo.
Well, they've also got their reigning Olympic champion in the final. Fighting for 3rd place, of course, Kelmende. But Krasniki, they're taking first gold for Kosovo. Wow, what a performance. Look at this Uchimata again. Let's have a look how she has to get in there for the Uchimata against a left-hander. You've got to be careful of the side step, because they can throw you then, turn your own technique against you, with what we call Uchimata Sakeishi, but she was very careful how she went in. And there's the change of direction. Lovely Ashiwaza there. And that double foot sweep there, taking Tanaki over, flat on her back, and she knew it all the way, right from the very beginning there. She was dominating the grips, and that was an excellent performance. Gold medal to Krasniki, gold medal to Kosovo. Wow, what a start then to these medal matches. Anna-Marie Friedrich then will be officiating this under 60 kilos category, the lightest men's weight category. And so Kia of France, who should be fighting Chikadoe of Netherlands. Well, he is injured, so Chikadoe comes out to take the bow and the bronze medal. He wins by default. Shame that, because Kia was in good form, and it would have been a really excellent match. You never like to win like that, but huge points. Every contest won out here at the World Masters is big qualification points. Give you an indication, to win the World Masters is 1,800 points, and well, to get a bronze medal is 648 points, which is what a Grand Slam gold medal is, really. But anyway, so the second bronze medal match, Albert Ogazov of Russia up against his fellow countryman Abeladze of Russia. So it's an all-Russian affair, and Akiko Amano of Japan will be officiating this bronze medal match.
For this bronze medal contest, in blue jewelry representing Russia 2020, Hungary Grand Slam gold medalist Iago Abeladze. In the white jewelry representing Russia, Grand Slam and Grand Prix medalist Albert Oguzov.
Well, remember that some countries have 2 and some even 3 in the top 36 ranking, and enables them to do this Masters event. For most of the Grand Prix, Grand Slams, it's 2, and in some cases only 1 representative allowed. But and it's important to these guys because now that's, well, so Ashiwaza there by Oguzov, and I was going to say it's important to whoever wins here, because they'll get really big points for world rankings, and it wouldn't surprise me if we see Oguzov doing exactly the same there. Just as Ari scored with that Ashiwaza. Sometimes it can be very awkward when you get fellow teammates fighting it out, because they know each other, of course. Four-minute contests for men and women, and if there's no score at the end of that 4 minutes, it goes into golden score. And a golden score can last, well, it can last a long time, and we've had 1 golden score at 11 minutes today. In fact, we saw more golden scores than I think I've ever seen in a major competition. Such was the opposition, I think, such close matches. So each one of the fighters had to come through qualifying rounds, and you have to reach the quarterfinals to enable yourself to be in any chance of a medal at all. If you lose in the quarterfinals, then you come through for a repechage final match, and that enables you to fight for 3rd place against a losing semi-finalist. I thought it was all over then, just over halfway. Well, we saw Abuladze did one of the longest golden scores I think I've ever seen, and he's really struggling in this match. That's going to be, well, it wasn't quite. The elbow was out there, and if he lands on his side and the elbow is tucked in, then they will get the Wazari score for it. But elbow was just out, so no Wazari given. So close there, Oguzov to finishing this contest. That's it. I think that might be it. So the referee will ask to have a look at the television screen just to see if the landing was on the side. And the supervisors at the side of the mat, they have 3 different angles that they can have a look at the match, and so it was a side landing. Wazari Awazeti upon to Oguzov, and he wins the bronze medal. Not only that, of course, but of course he'll get really high points as well.
60 kilograms in white, judogi representing Russia, Albert Oguzov.
So nearly 1,000 points, with 900 world ranking points there for Oguzov.
This is the first medal in a Masters for Albert Oguzov, Russia.
He was always going to be struggling, wasn't he, Abuladze? Didn't have anything else left in the tank, I don't think. Ended up with this small score. And even though he landed, I think, on Oguzov's arm, his side made contact, and he gets the second Wazari. So 2 Wazaris finish it off. So Russia also on the board there. So we got the final of the under 60 kilos category to come.
Ladies and gentlemen, next contest.
Yang Weiyang,
For the men under 60 kilo.
world ranked 11, and against Kim Won-jin, former world silver medalist, 2-time world silver medalist, Won-jin Kim. Both been on great form all the way through. Yang winning through here against Abuladze of Russia. And he also beat Urazbayev of Uzbekistan. He didn't have an easy run through, he really didn't. Zadzi of Georgia and Lee of Korea. So wow. And now he's got the second Korean of the tournament for him anyway. Well, Yang was the other half of the Abuladze golden score that went 11 minutes, and you've got to remember that Yang has been 3 golden scores so far in this tournament, and he still looks quite fresh. Gold medal match of the lightest weight category, under 60 kilos category. Yang in white, Chinese Taipei, and he's up against Kim Won-jin of the Republic of Korea. Really strong overhand grip that we see from the Koreans. Sometimes it goes onto the lapel, it goes sometimes double lapel. But of course now, if it's an unorthodox grip, then they have to attack immediately. And orthodox's sleeve lapel gives you a little bit more time to set it up. Really nice judo here by Yang. Both fighters coming out here wanting to score Ippon, and that's what you look for, of course, is both trying to open it up and do attacking judo. Of course, left against right makes it a little bit more difficult. Yang here is predominantly right-handed, and Kim predominantly left, and you can see that kind of W effect there with the legs. But sometimes difficult to catch hold of the sleeve, but in this case not, because Kim's going directly for the lapel grip, so giving Yang chance to take Kim's sleeve. Of course, everyone in this stadium fighting in a bubble. We have to go directly back to the hotel, directly back into the stadium, and such is the situation. But everybody is just so glad that they're able to fight. But he's been looking for the groundwork all the time, Yang, and this time it was Kim trying to get into a situation against Yang. Yoko Tamiwaza trying to take his opponent off to the side. Of course, you can throw in so many different directions, forward, back. You've got sacrifice throws that you have to commit your own body weight onto your own back in order to get it. But you've got to make sure that you break their balance, because if you don't, then there is a possibility of being penalized. Big left arm there of Kim going over the back of Yang. Oh, now then, he's going to get the Ippon for it, and that was a really nice Taniotoshi there from Kim. And Yang, well, I think he thought that it was all over and all finished, and Kim takes him right to the points of the shoulders, and I'll point it out as soon as we see the replay there. That was excellent stuff from Kim. Great performance. Well, he's happy about that, and to find any kind of form out here this early part of the year is something else. And he's really been fighting very, very well. So many different techniques as well, and finishes it off with a sacrifice. So Yang was the one that was really taking the fight to him, but look at that. It started inside, and I know that it went outside the area, but look how it starts inside. It started from Yang, and it's a counter technique here that actually enables him to go round the back of Yang in order to do the Taniotoshi. Beautiful stuff there by Kim, even though it was started by Yang, and yeah, that's what Yang was saying there. Yang said, oh no, it was outside the area, but it all started inside the area. And even though it was Yang that started it, it was all part of the same movement. And that was a lovely example of how to do Kayashiwaza, counter techniques, without landing on your own back. Or using the mat area with your own back to initiate the counter. Beautifully taken, and right on the points of the shoulders there. Sure, when he sees it, how it started, how it built, and how it ended up, there won't be any moans there. Starts it inside anyway, doesn't he, there? And it was a separate attack. It wasn't a Kayashiwaza. Almost a separate attack. So great stuff there. Gold medal then to Korea. Kim Won-jin wins by Ippon. Well, that means that we've done the first two finals, and we will have a medal ceremony of the under 48 kilograms.
The medal ceremony for women under 48 kilo.
سادتي سادتي توزيع الميداليات لوزن أقل 42 كيلوغرام سيدات.
The medals will be presented by the General Secretary of the Qatar Olympic Committee.
الميداليات ستسلم من طرف السكرتير العام للجنة الأولمبية القطرية السيد جاسم راشد البوعيني.
Bronze medalists are representing Mongolia.
Two bronze medals in every category. Bronze medal then goes to Mungbat Urentsetseg of Mongolia, and then of course Daria Biladid of the Ukraine, the current world champion, this time has to be content with a bronze medal. Tanaki Funa, former world champion. This is a real high-class rostrum, it really is. But she had no chance, did she, in that final? Absolutely no chance whatsoever. And Distria Krasniki of Kosovo was absolutely faultless. Two incredible Wazaris, two different techniques, two changes of direction. And Krasniki says, watch out for me at the Olympic Games. Still a long way to go, a lot of competitions. People have got a chance to get back onto form. Remember that quite a few people have had time off training how they normally train, and it's been difficult for them to get the level of randori or sparring that they need. But certainly they'll use this next few competitions to get back to their former glory. This lady, though, was spectacular.
Ladies and gentlemen, please all rise for the national anthem of Kosovo.
النشيد الرسمي لكوسوفو.
Thank you very much. Family picture with VIP and judoka.
So now the family picture, but they all come together and they can be friends for a little while till the next time. So they've opted not to. So Krasniki wins gold, of course. Tanaki Funa silver. Biladid, the world champion current, and Mungbat, former world champion of Mongolia, get the bronzes.
Your applause for judoka boys, women under 48 kilo.
Well, of course, we've just fought the under 60 kilos category for men. Of course, we're back to the ladies, under 52 kilos category. So Rekha Pop of Hungary is up against Astrid Neto of France. Matti Rinkanta of Finland will be officiating this match, and we've got to remember that not only have we got the top athletes here, we've got the top referees in the world. Now over the next 6 months we'll be refereeing all of these last matches building up to the Olympic Games, and of course the Olympic Games itself.
Astrid Neto. In the white judo gi, representing Hungary, first time in a Masters final block.
Neto lost to Shishimi in the semi-final, so straight down into this bronze medal match. Pup had to do the repechage final against Schopp of Switzerland. So Pup in white, Neto of France in blue. You can hear the thud there of the microphone right by the mat area. That thud is the feet sweeping, well, we like to think it's sweeping anyway, onto the ankles of their opponent, trying to upset the balance. Big arm over the top from Neto. Of course, every one of these regular medal winners in the World Tour, of course this Doha Masters is all part of the World Tour, and the World Tour was on hold for a little while, I can tell you. Started off in Budapest at the end of 2020, and of course showed that it can work by isolating, and by going into a bubble it meant that we could compete and that we could display judo all over the world, and still at the highest level. And of course that means that it keeps the Olympic Games open, and it enables us to still do it, of course. There's the big arm over the top. It's an unusual grip. She has to attack immediately, can't stay there. That's too long. Well, Neto was cross grip there, just that little bit too long. She was quite fortunate, I think, to get away with cross grip. If you cross grip, you've got to attack immediately. Anything unorthodox, got to attack.
Smith.
So Neto now has the sleeve, and now look out for the big arm over the top there to control the head. Now she's got to use it here. Pup cannot afford to go onto her knees. Of course, it's not just about having a strong grip. It's about having a strong grip and using it to effect to try and throw your opponent. Ippon is the main aim of the game, is to throw your opponent, hold them down for 20 seconds, 10 seconds if you've got a wazari on the board, and then arm lock or strangle for a submission. Certainly it's Pup now that's going to get penalised, I think. She has to do something to come back into this. So gets away with it. Well, we've seen some very tentative matches. I think everybody just a little bit nervous about coming back into top flight judo. I mean, it's not just... Well, there's a Shido each there. So, 2 Shidos to Neto now. She can't afford another one, otherwise she loses by default. Well, it's been Neto going forwards all the time here, and I think a little bit of survival here by Pup. 15 seconds though, it might just be our first one into golden score. Total contrast to the early round matches, which we saw so many more, certainly on mat 2, we saw more golden scores than I think I've ever seen as a referee supervisor. And so now we go into golden score. Any score now goes. One more penalty up against Neto, it'll be all over. 2 more penalties to Pup, and it will be all over. Or any score from a throw or a hold down will finish the contest. Got to keep hold, can't just let go. It's not about just turning in, you've got to make sure that you have control of your opponent as well. She gets penalised for it, just for dropping, so 2 penalties each, 1 more penalty to either one. Now, of course, the time counts up. As I said, we had an 11-minute golden score, which, when you consider the time for the first part, 4 minutes to finish it off. So almost 4 contests in one. Quite remarkable. Well, I think up to Pup now to show that she's willing to put a big attack in and keep control with the hands as well. It's not just desperate stuff, attacking for attacking's sake. It goes both ways though, and that means Neto just throwing that arm over the back isn't enough. Remarkable performance in the European Championships, the French coming away with 5 gold medals out of 7 weight categories. I don't think, well, other than a long time back in the 80s, I'd never seen that done before. So now it's up to Pup again. Pup will have to come back. It's amazing though how a contest can change, because you can have somebody dominating for the first half, then the other one just suddenly realises they've got to get on their bike, and the second half can be totally different. It can be literally a match of 2 different halves. It's interesting that Neto, she has a left-handed lapel grip, so it looks like she's going to be coming out fighting left-handed, but then throws a right-handed bomb over, and most of her techniques are definitely right-handed. That was better from Pup. Standing Cianagi there, big shoulder throw. Well, neither fighter really have anything down there on the ground that's going to pose a problem. Well, coming up to, well, it's already 2 contests now that we've seen. 2 lots of 4 minutes, and we're into the 3rd. That was close. Ojigari there from Neto lands on a side. One of the reasons that we have to be really quite absolutely strict with the application of the rules is that if you make a mistake, of course, it can cost, especially in a tournament like this, it can cost you world ranking points. It could cost you the fact of qualifying for the Olympic Games. Neither of these fighters anywhere near the top 8. Certainly Neto the closest. She's down, well, up there at 14. And that will put her up as well. That will put her world rankings up here. So she wins the bronze medal, and big smile there, says it all. And of course there's Bouchard of France in the final already, and Bouchard is the world #1.
You can see the highlights of this bronze medal contest on the screen.
Just pressure in the end, wasn't it, that enabled Neto just to gain the advantage. Flop and drop there by Bouchard, by Pup, sorry, and yeah, in the end, 3rd Shido goes up to Pup, and it's all over. Charlene van Snick from Belgium coming out here against the Olympic champion, Melinda Kelmendi. Kelmendi finding it difficult to hit the super form that won her the Olympic gold medal. Not only that, but she was world champion, first ever world and Olympic champion from Kosovo. Created history in her country, this lady, and she's been dominant in the weight category for so long. Difficult sometimes to see her not struggling, but just trying to get to where she was. But I'm sure, like I said before, she is working her way up. She's world ranked 6 at the moment. She did have a big injury. She's come back after the injury. She's got her work cut out here, though. Charlene van Snick, 3rd place at the Olympic Games, one of the most experienced fighters on the world circuit. Van Snick in white, Kelmendi in blue. The amazing power of Kelmendi that takes a lot of the fighters by surprise, because she'll take sleeve and lapel and dominate, and of course they feel the danger. You look from a commentary position or from the television and you can't see just how powerful these fighters are and how powerful their grips are. But I can tell you now that once you grip up, you feel so much through the hands, and you can feel the danger, whether it's of being thrown or held down, taken to ground. You feel it immediately. It transfers right the way through the body, through the arms, and it's quite terrifying. Kind of one of those things, you know something's going to happen. Van Snick's a fighter, though. She really is. Oh, big arm over the back there, and now starting to really open up with that technique. She's had so much success with that Harai stroke Uchimata technique, Kelmendi, in the past, I mean, and we've watched her today just slowly trying to get her timing back, and it is just a split second of timing that is lacking, but she'll get there. Tried a Tominagi sacrifice throw there, Van Snick, and just flopped onto her back, so she gets a Shido penalty. It is dangerous. They call them sacrifice throws for that exact reason. You sacrifice your weight, so if you don't get it right, pay the price. Panic attacks there from Van Snick. She can feel the danger there. Kelmendi ready to explode in. Gets a second penalty there from Van Snick, for Van Snick. Kelmendi just losing in that semi-final against Bouchard, and Bouchard looked outpowered, but managed to forge her way on attacks, ahead on attacks, should I say. And, well, you can do that. Of course, it's one thing being powerful, but you've got to be able to use it as well. Never looked troubled, Kelmendi. Very cool, calm and collected. Very experienced. Very confident as well with her ability. Magashi from Van Snick there, big left arm goes round the back, and then of course she side sacrifices her opponent, but Kelmendi just killed it absolutely dead. Well, Kosovo definitely got something going on. They have such a high level with their ladies, and some of their men as well. All of them train in a relatively small group, but they train so hard. That's going to be a score. Wazari there to Kelmendi. Tips Van Snick. Van Snick attacks. She gets countered against the attack. There's Van Snick going over. Look at that left arm there of Kelmendi, driving into the head and into the back of Van Snick, and then just use the other hand there to push her onto her side. must say, a thundering left arm. It thunders over there. Van Snick not giving up. Of course she's not. So experienced, and she'll keep coming forwards. 24 seconds left. Kelmende. Oh, it's all over. Well, they've decided to let it finish there, and Kelmende wins by default. Third penalty up there for Van Snick, and Kelmende, the Olympic champion there. Made that look easy, really, against a very formidable opponent. Gold and a bronze then for Kosovo. There's the tip and roll. Excellent stuff.
You can see the highlights of this bronze medal contest on the screen.
As soon as she went down to ground there, look at the driving force there of the Olympic champion. Drives her over onto a side, quite clearly onto a side there for a small score.
Ladies and gentlemen, next contest, final for women under 52 kilo.
So here we go, final then, match. Amandine Bouchard of France here up against Shishimi Ai of Japan.
Referee from Spain, Sir Raul Camacho. Now, please welcome the finalists. In the blue jury, representing Japan, 2017 World Champion, 2019 Xingdao Masters Gold Medalist.
World Champion 2017. Shishimi Ai, and
in the white jury,
here she is. She's had a good run through. Shishimi Ai got put through into the second round because of her world ranking, world rank 2, and she's straight there in against Delgado of the USA. She beat Delgado. Then she was the winner over Charlene Van Snick. Van Snick had to come through the repechage to get through to fight for third place, and she beat Gilly Cohen to do that. And well, these two on cracking form. Should be a good match, but watch out for Shishimi Ai because her foot sweep's absolutely superb, but Bouchard is a very, very canny fighter. She is the world number 1, world rank number 1. Which means, of course, that she is one of the most consistent in the category. The World Tour, all world ranking points are picked up on the World Tour. Two years prior to an Olympics. That's when it really counts. Left-handed, Shishimi. Well, I really don't know which way this is going to go, this one. I think it will be a closely fought match. Both of them will be looking for a takedown of some kind, something that's just going to sneak it. There's the feet of Shishimi Ai. Lovely skipping action there she has with the ashiwaza, which is ashi meaning foot. She just kind of sweeps away at the feet there to dismantle her opponent's balance. She has a really good newaza turnover. Obatori Gaichi from that position, Shishimiai. So Bouchard, even though she was quite tight there, needs to be relatively careful because one small mistake, Shishimi will be right on her. I think you can see quite clearly there what being left against right is all about.
Hey.
Bouchard beat Kelmendi in that semi-final. They always look very nervous when they fight Kelmendi. So physically strong. Like I say, she dominated the category for so long. Now, of course, few of them caught up. And starting to go to work. That's what Bouchard does. Bouchard just goes to work, she chips away. And now, of course, Shishimi gets a penalty as well. Well, that was a quick 4 minutes. But they're not saying that though. 4 minutes out there is a long time. But you hear the rattle of the cameras there. Everybody trying to catch that perfect shot as they whiz through the air and hit the mat with a thud, with impetus. Get them on their back, of course. It's the equivalent of a knockout boxing. Wins it by default, wins the whole contest.
Golden score.
Of course, a lot of fighters can do both, groundwork and standing, and so what they do is they transition from standing down to ground. I think Bouchard now is going to have to get on her bike because falling behind on attacks now. She does plug away though, she really does. She works hard. You're not quite enough rotation there with that drop shoulder throw. She's got to get rotation. Can't afford to drop. I think one penalty here will really turn the contest. It changes it. One more on there and you're under pressure. So Shishimi Ai gets the penalty for blocking out. So she's just having a strong arm there to stop Bouchard closing that gap. That's where that big right arm is.
Allez, allez, allez. En place. Ton attitude elle est importante si tu vas aller chercher un troisième.
Very strange when you're fighting in a hall without the crowd. There's nobody watching, of course. There's just the judoka themselves, really, and they were here during the day. They've all gone back to the hotel. So it really is an empty stadium. All the officials, one or two coaches, and of course the fighters.
Okay. On dit que c'est la dernière baston, va la chercher. D'accord? Et enchaîne, reste la première sur l'attaque. Sois actif, dégoûte pas.
Ah, another tough match. Always expected at the World Masters, top people in the world. They virtually walk into the quarter final stage, one before, and away they go against the best people in the world. Oh, now then, she did really well there. Shishimi just manages to avoid Bouchard's Yoko Otoshi. Look at that, she's on the sleeve and she drives. She scores so many wins with that particular technique there. And Shishimi, just by hesitating and then big rotation, just manages to avoid it. But Bouchard, anyway, wins by default because Shishimi gets a third penalty. Gold medal then goes to Bouchard. She is the most consistent in the under 52 kilos category. Although I have to say that Abe of Japan, who is the world champion, she is probably the favourite for the Olympic Games, but Bouchard is, well, she's the last person to have beaten her. So you never know what's going to happen at the Olympic Games. Yoko Satemiwaza, Yoko Otoshi there. Funa just manages to... Shishimi just manages to avoid it. What a great work ethic there from Bouchard. Just never stops coming forwards.
Doha World Judo Masters, gold medalist Amandine Bouchard, bronze. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the medal ceremony for men under 60 kilos.
Back to the medal ceremony. Men's under 60 kilos category. Started off with 33 judoka. Top 36 were invited and ends up with top 33 here. 60 kilos.
Bronze medalists are representing Russia, Albert Oguzov, and representing the Netherlands, Tornike Chikabua.
Sakadua of Netherlands and Oguzov of Russia get the bronze medals here. Netherlands and Russia
Representing Chinese Taipei, Yang Yupei.
on the under 60 kilos category rostrum, and the silver medal so well deserved. He really had to work hard for it. Yang Yonghui of Chinese Taipei. No doubt in the gold medalist though, Kim Won-jin of Korea, two-time world silver medalist. What a performance from him.
الورود والشهادات ستقدم من طرف السيد راشد الهجري عضو المكتب التنفيذي للاتحاد القطري للتايكوندو والجودو والكاراتيه.
Toshi straight onto his shoulders there, and it was an amazing technique, wasn't it, from Kim Won-jin?
Ladies and gentlemen, please all rise for the national anthem of the Republic of Korea.
النشيد الرسمي لجمهورية كوريا.
Thank you very much. Family picture with VIP and judoka.
الصورة التذكارية مع الأبطال.
Well, we managed the family picture this time, under 60 kilos category then. Kadua of Netherlands, Ogazov of Russia get the bronze medal. The silver medal goes to Yang Yonghui of Chinese Taipei. And the gold medal goes to Kim Won-jin of Korea. Two more weight categories still to come. The under 66 kilograms for men, under 57 kilos category for ladies. Next up though, it's the men. Aram Grigorian of Russia here up against Kurlin Gambold of Mongolia.
مع الميدالية البرونزية الأولى لوزن أقل من 66 كيلوغرام.
Referee from Brazil, Mr. Mariano dos Santos.
So many in the under 66 kilos category. It's one of the most contested, I think, categories, that 73 kilograms, certainly in the men's, with fighters that could possibly get a world or an Olympic medal. So the levels really go right the way up the world rankings. Of course, if you're on the outside of world ranked 8, then you come in as an outsider. Of course, the great Teddy Riner, who we're going to see in the heavyweight division of the men, a 10 times world champion, 2-time Olympic champion, going for his 3rd Olympic gold medal, but he's got a lot of work to do before he gets there. Anyway, that's all to come. It's not now. Now we've got the bronze medal match here, and we've got Grigorian of Russia up against Gambold of Mongolia. They're going to have to grip up. They will have to grip up. They're both a little bit nervous, and I think that goes for everybody, really. They There's two types of grip fighting. There's grip fighting for defense and grip fighting to get hold to throw, and they're different. So these two will get Shido each. A little sign there that the referee did is for just pitter-patting your opponent's grip off. So it's got to be the opposite to that. You've got to be proactive. Grigorian goes forwards now. Great series of attacks there, and puts Gambold under pressure. So he put him under pressure, took him close to the edge there. Gambold went out, gets penalised for it. 2 penalties there for Gambold. There were 2 Russians in this category. In fact, there were 3. There was Abduzaliov as well, was in there, in the mix. Shamelov as well. Just goes to show they have real depth in this weight category. And of course, Paliev, who was the former world silver medalist 3 times, actually. He was also in it. So it just goes to show that if you've got more people depth-wise in a category, then the World Masters is your event. Some great attacks here going on from Grigorian. Gambold finding it very difficult here to get his feet. Wave to the camera there from the audience. 4 people at the top there. We managed to find 4 people together. Of course, all fighters. The reason this, of course, works is that everybody is in the same bubble. Everybody, of course, is rigorously tested, and every one of them here still goes through the process of wearing masks, of course, at the right time, and making sure that it's impossible or possible for us to compete. Certainly for a combat sport and a contact sport. And this is really a contact sport. Up close and personal. So we're into golden score, and Gambold cannot afford another penalty. Clash of hand to face fighting for the grips there, and of course sometimes the face gets in the way. It's not intentional. It's the nature of our game. So Grigorian coming forwards, and Gambold is going to have to do something here. Any score, of course. If he gets a score from a throw, hold down, arm lock or strangle, be all over. Now it's Grigorian, doesn't want to grip up. Gambold coming forwards all the time. Well, a lot of clashes here in this match. Tough old match, this. Certainly Grigorian is the one that's putting in the extra work here. He's very close, Gambold, to getting his third penalty. A couple more good attacks and it will be all over. There's one. Big arm over, Sumigaishi, that's it, it's going to be all over. Gambold will get the penalty. It's one of those things that when somebody's attacking you like that and you have the same opportunities as your opponent and you've got to be first in, you really have. So Grigorian of Russia gets third place. You probably noticed that they're not allowed to come in and shake hands. It's, well, they've been doing knuckles to knuckles, but most people just doing a bow off. So Grigorian wins the first bronze in this under 66 kilos category.
Masters, Aram Grigorian, Russia.
This was the final few attacks here. I said that he was quite close to getting it. Certainly Gambold had no chance, did he? Because Grigorian was first in, took the opportunity. Means a lot to him. 4 Russians in this, and he comes out the winner of the lot. if you've got 4 people in a tournament in the top world rankings, then what it means is that the country decides who goes. Vaza Magvelashvili here up against Denis Verou, and Verou has had one hell of a run through.
Referee from France, Mr. Metier.
He had the hardest draw, Denis Verou, he really did, and only just lost to Anbal in the semi-final, but he beat Gregorian in the quarter-final. He beat Lombardo, one of the up-and-coming fighters of the category, in the previous round, and beat Kalazada in the first round. I mean, former European champion. So what a hell of a run he's had through. So he comes down to fight for 3rd place. Magvelashvili of Georgia had to win up against Shirakzanov of Kazakhstan to get here. He lost in the quarterfinals. Magvelashvili to Shmailov. So here we go, and Magvelashvili of Georgia is in white. Well, I suppose you could say that it'd be a tragic shame if neither one of them gets a medal here. But you could say that about every one of these fighters. I mean, everyone deserves to get medals. And, well, that goes for Olympic and world medals as well. So both of them had pistol grips and both penalised, and that's holding right at the very end of the sleeve. And if you have a proper pistol grip, it cuts off the blood supply to the wrist. Ooh, nice Uchimata. He has a lovely Tayatoshi Verou, and he also has really nice Ashiwaza, changes of direction, he comes from every angle, and he has Newaza as well. And I've got to say, he has really good balance. I very often see him thrown. Magvelashvili, he can throw from every angle as well. Tomanagi there from Magvelashvili. Well, he was on tiptoes there, Verou. There was the Ashiwaza, beautiful Ashiwaza, and he can do the Harai Surakomi as they're moving away. Diashi, Kuriashi as they're moving to the side, and he's just got such nice movement, good balance. Now starting to pile the attacks in here, Magvelashvili will have to come back in. Well, I think so far we've seen Veru taking advantage of the first attack, and he's the one that's been initiating more. But you can never write Margvelashvili off because he just plugs away. Lovely change of direction there for the Ouchigari there from Veru. Came in for the Ouchi. Beautiful change of direction. There's the Ouchi. Now look at the Uchimata, then switches it again back to the Ouchigari. Super stuff. One more penalty here, and Veru will be the winner. One more penalty against Margvelashvili, that is. Talk about work rate, just non-stop. So a second penalty goes up there to Denis Veru. One more on each side and it's going to be all over. Trying to switch it then to the other side there, Veru. Like I said earlier, I think quite a few of the fighters just struggling to find their timing and struggling with their condition just a little bit, because we rely on those very valuable high-level sparrings with other fighters, and if you can't get it, no contact. You can do as much running and weight training as you like, but it's not the same as judo. That was off the ground. Well, I thought that was off the ground. I think they might have a look at that. I'd like to have a look at it back, because for me, I think the video referee will have a look at it. No, they've given it. Denis Veru was, it was just the angle I was at there. I didn't quite see it, but Veru accepts it. So from somebody that was dominating all the way through, I think not dominating, probably not, but a bit strong, but certainly looked on top of it to me. Well, it's funny how it sometimes goes against the run of play, and somebody can, it's a bit like a football match really, somebody can be almost scoring goals, not quite. Well, it was all part of one movement. It does land on his side. Denis Veru knew it. The referee was right on it. He was right there, caught the right angle, and that was a double stab Tominagi. Look at the absolute landing. This is what you have to look at, is the landing, not where he ends up on his front, but the actual landing. And the actual landing goes onto the side. Spinning Tominagi, spinning, then lifting. Excellent stuff. Well, as I said, no complaints there from Denis Veru. He's had an amazing day, really has had an amazing day, and to come through all the fights that he's had, just fails to get the bronze medal, which is a crying shame, but Margvelashvili, all credit to him. When it came to it, he really pulled it out the bag.
Now it's time for the final for men under 16.
Well, here we are into the final.
الآن مع الدور النهائي بوزن 66 كيلوغرام رجال.
And Bull. World bronze medalist, and here he is up against Shamilov, Borussia Shamilov of Israel, and this is a very explosive fighter. I'm telling you now, this is going to be a really good match.
World referee from Hungary, Mrs. Friedrich Anna Maria.
Well, the Israeli team, men and women's team, contenders in most weight categories. They really have got an amazing situation, down to their coaches, Shani with the women, and of course Oren Smadja for the men.
Rio Olympic Games silver medalist 2015 world champion.
It's all led by Moshe Ponte of Israel, former competitor. Now he's the president, of course, of the Israeli Judo Federation. Doing a great job. Shmailov all bandaged up, and it's only so that blood doesn't go all over the place. It might be just a small cut, but the head normally bleeds well, so they have to make sure it doesn't do that. You only get 2 blood stops in any contest, and if it's the same cut, then you lose by default, so you can't afford to do that. We had a very, very sharp drop Sianagi and bell. But Shamilov, he can take advantage of a poor technique, and he will make sure that you pay dearly. Ooh, nice little Kouchigari there, little foot sweep from Anne. It's lovely the way he just latched onto the foot. Talking to Jean Ki-young a little bit earlier in the day, and the ladies were finding it difficult to get the coordination right, and he said that they'd been struggling, even in places like Korea and of course Japan. They have been struggling to get bodies together, and of course they rely on that, and they've got so many as well. But restrictions are restrictions, so they had to join the rest of us. Of course, it makes a difference to getting techniques right, being coordinated, and also being able to sustain a really strong 4 minutes, and then another 4 minutes after that if you have to do it. And another 4 after that sometimes if you're in this tournament and you have to do it again. Now he has the sleeve there, and just beating Shamilov to the grip. But you've got to take advantage of it once you've got it. He's backing him up, looking for the action-reaction. So looks for the inside grip here, and then drops right the way underneath for that very low shoulder throw. Well, now it's up to Shamilov to come forwards here. He's just losing the momentum. Well, we've seen it with both of the Koreans. Kim Won-jin won the under 60 kilos category, taking unorthodox grips but attacking immediately off them, and same here with An. Got a favourite in the under 73 kilos as well. An Chang-rim will be there contesting. World champion in 2018. So into golden score, 1 Shido apiece.
Golden score.
Thundering left arm there from Shamalov. So Shamalov now starting to open up, realizes that this is anybody's match. So again, really tough match. These two going at it. The strong fight for grip, so essential. Well, this is what I was talking about, positive, negative gripping. They're sort of afraid to hook up here, and the referee won't allow that to go on for too long. Both of them get Shido, so now you might ask yourself, is it possible that both or neither of them attack? Then what happens? Has happened. It's unlikely, but you can both get disqualified. It is possible. Oh, nice Kouchi again, and just hooks on the inside there, drives Shmailov onto his front, did well to avoid it. Now Shmailov comes forwards. Oh, that's it. It's all over. Really nice drop, Seoinage, very, very low, and they were both coming forwards. They both opened up. They both knew they had to do something there, and that's 2 gold medals for Korea. What a great result that was. And Bolen wins Korea's 2nd gold medal.
Doha World Judo Masters winner in white jewelry representing the Republic of Korea, An Bao.
Had good form all day, An Bao.
This is 7th gold medal. for Anbao, Republic of Korea.
Well, he had to work for it, that's for sure. Shmailov took him to task, and it was really touch and go, but it was Anbal that looked the more positive in the end. They had to grip up. Cross grip, drops Cianagi, and over he goes, Shmailov. He knew it as soon as he disappeared right the way underneath. A lot of it is getting the coordination, getting the centralisation of the Cianagi just right the way underneath his opponent, just to get the lift, controlling with the upper part of the body as well, controlling with the Kumakata. Super. Look at the determination on his face there as he drives Shmailov over.
Representing Israel, Paul Shmailov, reached the silver medal.
He knew as soon as he disappeared underneath. That's twice now that he's holding his fingers up there saying that's twice now I've won the World Masters. And the World Masters, remember, is as tough as a World Championships or an Olympic Games. It's got everybody in it. Saying that, but Maruyama and Abe are not here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the medal ceremony for women under 52 kilo.
والآن مع التوزيع الميداليات لبطلات وزن تحت 52 كيلوغرام.
The medals will be presented by the Vice President of the International Judo Federation and President of the Judo Union of Asia, Mr. Obaid Alazi. Bronze medalists are
So the medal ceremony of the under 52 kilos category then, and
representing France, Astrid Nieto.
Neto of France and Kelmende of Kosovo are the bronze medal winners. Another step closer for Jinda Kelmende. Always takes her losses well as you can possibly do. She always has the look on her face that, well, I'm going to do better next time. This is one step closer. Shishimiai of Japan receives the silver, and all credit to Amandine Bouchard of France, because that was a superb performance. She really had her work cut out all the way through the day. Beating Kelmende in the semi-finals, she beat Pup of Hungary in the quarter-finals. She was the winner over Ramos in the second round, and of course she got a bye from the first round, being number one in the world. That just increases her lead in the world rankings, that's for sure. The most consistent fighter in the under 52 kilos category.
Ladies and gentlemen, please all rise for the national anthem of France.
النشيد الرسمي الفرنسي.
Thank you very Now, family picture with VIPs and judoka.
الصور التذكارية مع البطلات.
Well, I think we're going to see the family picture this time, and like I said, it's the time they all get to smile, and we know they are smiling. We can tell by their eyes. Everybody on the rostrum there, and of course the great Kelmende saying it's going to be different next time. Kelmende of Kosovo, Neto of France get the bronze medals, Shimiai of Japan get the silver, and it's Amandine Bouchard of France, world number 1, winner of the World Masters. One more category still to come, still to be fought. Then we've got 2 medal ceremonies that will follow each other. Bronze medal match then in the under 57 kilos category. Telma Montero
Now,
here up against Jakova of Kosovo, and I said that the Kosovans had some really strong ladies, the 3 strongest here, all fighting for medals. Incredible. 1 gold, 1 bronze so far. Could have been two gold, but anyway, Jakova, world rank number 5, and here she is fighting for 3rd place against Montero. Montero, one of the most experienced on the world circuit. This will be her last go at the Olympic Games, that's for sure, but still there around about, there for a decade. Here she is, still full of zest. This will make a difference to Montero because it could put her into the top 8. Remember, there's still plenty of events to come, big points still to be got. So it encourages people to stay the course. She was one of the best leg grabbers, Montero. She had very good leg picks, and then of course the leg picks, because judo was starting to be a little bit like wrestling, the leg grabbing was taken out of it. So every judo technique now is executed, standing technique that is, executed above the waist. So you can't grip the legs unless you're in groundwork situation. And I know that there's some people out there going, yeah, we want the leg grabs back. But it really was bent over, and the posture of some of the fighters wasn't what we were after. Montero, she adapted. All of a sudden, within a few months, she had the best Seoinage in the world. One of the best in the under 57 kilos category, that is. So Montero put in the working there, and first Shido goes up to Jakova. Nice Ujimata there from Jakova. Now she's starting to go to work. Well, she had to time that just right, Montero, because she was starting to dig in for the arm. Portuguese supporters there up in the stands, her fellow fighters, her fellow teammates, all rooting for Montero. People say, you know, does it make a difference if there's a crowd there? You certainly know it if there's a crowd there. But when you're out there fighting, I think it's a little bit different. She's going to get a penalty there, Montero, for holding the belt, I think. Yeah, so she gripped the belt, kept hold of the belt, and Any untraditional grip has to be straight away. Tominagi, full intention to throw there with that Tominagi, Montero. How strong does Jakova look? She's just got such a good stance. Jakova lost to the former world champion Yoshida of Japan. Was in the final there against Sissik of France. Well, still coming forward, isn't she, Jakova? Every intention of getting a grip that she wants in order that she can attack. But also Montero, and now straight onto the arm. That was really good transition in there. Straight onto that arm she was, and that is absolutely straight. Just managed to pull it in there, Jakova. Wow, I want to see that transition again. You can't just do Tominagi in directly to the arm lock, but you can take advantage of a fallen motor. Look at it, it's Ashiwaza. So Ashiwaza through, gets full movement, and then straight over onto the arm. Brilliant transition. That's what transition is all about. Shimata, Jakova, Tominagi again, Montero. She needs to leave that alone now. She needs to leave it alone, because if she doesn't break balance of Jakova, she will get a second penalty for it. So you can step outside with one foot as long as you come straight back in, as long as it's part of the same movement. You can attack from inside, go out and still score. Your opponent can start inside, you can go outside, counter your opponent, and you can score.
Golden score.
As long as it starts inside the area. Good match. Into golden score. Well, it's a nice upright Uchimata that from Jakova. Second penalty up to Montero. Can't afford another one. Really great work rate here from each of the athletes. And it's all about intention. With the gripping, the attacks, it's all about intention to throw.
Come on.
Very one-sided, Jakova. Once that right arm goes over there, knows exactly what she wants. Oh, that's it. Jakova's done it. Jakova counters Montero, and it was the stance, I've got to say, that did it, because she had really good stance. She knew exactly what she wanted. Change of direction in the end there took Montero over. Montero will be angry about that, but she fought so well, Montero. She really did. And as I said before, neither one deserves to lose.
Winner and the bronze medalist for women under 57 kilograms. In the blue jewelry representing Kosovo, Nora Jakova.
So 3 medals for Kosovo then. They've got a gold, silver and a bronze medal. In fact, they've got a gold and 2 bronzes now.
This is second bronze medal in the Masters for Nora Jakova, Kosovo.
Double lapel grip, and she dominated the head of Montero. Montero, of course, just looking for the Ouchigari, but well, it wasn't to be. She overbalanced over that support foot. Jakova uses the hands and the control there just to take her over onto her side and then onto her back. Because it rolled, of course, it's only a Wazari, no whip on. Superb technique, opportune judo, of course, and another medal for Kosovo. Second bronze medal match then. Nelson Levy of Israel up against Jessica Klimket of Canada. Jessica Klimket, of course, she is the world number 1. Costa Takuchi, also from Canada, is the world champion. She's the world number 2. She's not here, so Klimka is here alone. Klimka, of course, and Taguchi will fight off for the Olympic place. Best of 3 matches, that will be, behind closed doors, I think. But here she is, Klimket, one of the most consistent Canadian fighters, hence the number 1 world rankings. And here she is. She lost in the semi-final to Sazik of France. Great performance from Sazik. Yoshida Sazik are in the final. Watch out for this, because Nelson Levy also had a good run through. Beat Rossevaux of France in the repechage final. Fighter, a real fighter. Try and get that right arm over. Oh, look at that. Is that all over? It's all over in seconds. Just caught her absolutely on the hop there, literally. And it was a roll backwards. It rolled all the way over the shoulders. And that is an ippon. It was a soft ippon, but it was definitely an ippon. And it was a lovely driving Ouchigari, and it was all over in a matter of seconds. Big smile there. Says it all.
Medal number 3 in a Masters for Jessica Klimket, Canada.
Watch this, driving Ouchigari, controls the back as well. And she goes right onto the points of the shoulders there, Nelson Levy. Didn't get off go, did she? Tried to throw that big right arm over, and Jessica Klimket went round the back there with the arm, controlled the back, drove off the back leg. Look at the drive off the back leg there. So used to seeing her with her Seoinage and her Sodisura Komigoshi. That was a beautifully taken Ouchigari. Matter of seconds and it was all over. Caught her cold. Drove through the head there. The head just went into the chest, didn't it? She just drove off that back leg. Look how she catches left arm onto the lapel. Watch the right arm break free. Right arm goes round the back there, traps the arm. And this driving Ouchigari there, of course she knew that it had gone. It was all over there for Nelson Levy. Such a good fighter, Nelson Levy, as well. Didn't get off go. But all credit to Jessica Klimkett. Wow, that was quick. Quickest fight of the day for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the last contest for today, last final.
Well, I said a few tournaments back that I thought that Cizik would be a major threat for an Olympic medal. And here she is, ranked at 7. She's the one that beat Klimkett in the semi-final. Here she is against Yoshida, former world champion. And, well, Cizik beating Klimkett in that semi-final. She beat Montero in the quarterfinals. She beat Verhagen of the Netherlands. And she beat Kim of Korea in the first round. She had to do the first round. So working her way up there, I think this is a great opportunity for her to get into the top 4.
Representing Japan, 2018 World Champion, 7-time Grand Slam winner, Yoshida Tsukasa.
Got her work cut out, of course, with Yoshida.
In the white jury,
2018 world champion, but this is another day. 2 years can make a massive difference. A year can make a massive difference. Who'd ever have believed that we were going to have the year that we did have? The last 12 months have been incredible, haven't they? From every aspect, I think. Cizik in white, Yoshida of Japan in blue. Just a lovely Uchimata Yoshida. Left-handed. So typical of the French here. She has a plan here to stop that left arm, that left hand going on, of Yoshida, I mean. Just the capability of throwing anybody, Cizik. Well, Obatorige, she had there the grip, Yoshida, which meant she had to go in almost straight away. Now cross grip. Some good attacks from Yoshida. Cizik will have to fire back. Last final of this first day of competition. 2 more days to go. Middleweights tomorrow. 4 weight categories tomorrow, of course. 63 kilos for and under 70s for ladies, under 73s, under 81s for men. So Yoshida gets a penalty for ducking under the arm, ducked her head under to avoid being thrown. Great Lucy Dacos in the coach's chair there, and Lucy Dacos, 3-time world champion, Olympic champion, another greats. Solisura Kamigoshi, and that's going to score, is it? She's going to get the Wazari. Didn't quite get the landing. Well, that was very, very close. Thought he might ask her to have a look, see how that landed. Look at the Sodi grip there on the sleeve. Can't see it from this angle. From that angle, definitely looks like it landed on the front. Sometimes from the other angle it can look different. I have to say it's not my kind of Wazari, but there we go. So definitely Yoshida putting in the work. She's a Shido down though for that duck under. Can't afford another one. Like I said, the French ladies team had an amazing European Championships. Here they've got Cizik in the final. They've already won the under 52 kilos category. Bouchard.
Hep. Ascolta, io con il discorso. Cioè.
Well, that's unusual. Lucas Temiwaza there, attempt by Yoshida. Unusual that. You see them with all their fantastic upright judo, and there she was trying Yoko Toshi. Few Japanese fighters like that can switch to European style, as well as their unique throwing abilities, of course. The arm over there from Cizik, and no attacks coming from it. Oh, second Shido there from Yoshida for ducking underneath that arm coming over. He doesn't bat an eyelid, just gets on with it. Well, some tough gripping going on here, some really hard gripping tactics.
Yep. Stop.
Cizik gets one now. Like I say, positive, negative gripping, and just doesn't want to put two hands on, feels the danger of Yoshida. Oh, look at that! Solisura Kamigoshi, and it was standing as well. What an opportune Sodi that was. There, hips went straight the way across. Yoshida, wow, does a Barani to get off it, doesn't land onto her side or anywhere near her back, actually. Did very, very well to avoid that. Well, how she avoided that, I don't know. Right and left here, Yoshida. Thundering Ashiwaza. Well, it's certainly that high lapel grip that Yoshida doesn't like from Cizik. She feels that potential for a big throw.
Et là, c'est bon, et là, c'est bon. Dans la tête, hein.
A few deep breaths there. It's a mixture of nerves, isn't it? And also 2.5 minutes into golden score as well. Click of the cameras there. Good to see that Uchimata. Well, they're both working very, very hard. The work rate is superb. Well, I think just one score here is going to decide. Both going for it, so somebody at some stage is going to make a mistake. Either that or another penalty or two. Zeke now struggling just that little bit. This is the stage that you wish you'd done another 10 4-minute randers. Oh, nearly made a mistake there. Went to the front foot there, Sadiq. Walking around that front leg, not always the best thing to do. Wow, what a contest this is. What a good one to finish on. Under 57 kilos. Last final of the night. Going to change it to the other side now to Zeke. She's got to be careful down there because she has a turnover here, Yoshida. And that, it could be it, because if she ties up that top half now, that leg is going to come out. That leg is going to come out, and the offside combi goes on, and it's all over. As soon as she stayed down there, Sadiq, that was a massive mistake. And as always, with this Japanese women's team and the men as well, their newaza, their groundwork, their transition is so precise, so well trained, and they just do lots and lots of repetitions of it, and you can see it there. It's a trained response. They tie up, top half gets tied up, they have one leg trapped, and then they take the leg that's trapped out. You can only count the seconds, of course, when that leg is out. No contact with the legs. Beautiful bit of newaza there from Yoshida, and in the end, she ends with a fantastic ippon.
Gold medalist and Doha World Judo Masters winner in blue judo representing Japan, Yoshida Tsukasa. This is the second gold medal in a Masters for Yoshida Tsukasa, Japan.
This was the moment that she made the mistake here, tried to
of this final.
just stand up there, but of course
ملخص الدورة النهائية.
Yoshida does what she does 1,000 times in practice. Takes advantage of the belt, gets the leg in here, just has to just correct the balance. That left arm, look at the left arm here, it's going to go underneath the armpit in a minute. Ties up the top half, and look at that. She hotches the backside up, uses the other leg to take the leg out. In fact, the leg that's trapped at the moment isn't a leg that's trapped, it's trapping the opponent on their back. Works the opposite way around, because it's all part of the movement. Offer them a little carrot, they take the carrot and then pay the consequences. They pay the reaper. She takes the leg, of course, hoping that the seconds won't tick away, and of course they don't till that leg comes out. And they're so good at getting the legs out, they really are. Change of direction, and it's all over. Yoshida gets a gold medal for Japan. What an end to the first day of competition here at the Doha Masters 2021. So we've still got 2 medal ceremonies to happen here, and then we'll just say goodbye till tomorrow, but don't go away, stay with us. The medal ceremony for the men's under 66 kilos category just about to happen. Jean-Luc Roger, General Secretary of the International Judo Federation, former world champion, light heavyweight champion for France, is just about to present the medals. Aram Grigorian of Russia and Vaza Margvelashvili of Georgia get the bronze medals. Bosh Shmailov of Israel gets the silver. What a performance from Ambol of Korea. Gets second gold medal for Korea in the men's division. 66 and the under 60 kilos categories. Beautiful drop Seoinage. Everything came right at the right time. Had a cross grip, had to go in straight away, but in the end, makes sure that he makes it central.
Please all rise for the national anthem of the Republic of Korea.
النشيد الرسمي لجمهورية كوريا.
Thank you very much. Now, family picture with VIP Self Judoka.
Family picture, and nice to see Moshe Ponte up there as well, president of the Israeli Judo Federation. Of course, he's there for a very good reason. There's the lineup: Maveliashvili of Georgia, Grigoryan of Russia, bronze medals, Shmailov of Israel, that's why he was there, of course, and he gets the silver, and Bol of Korea gets the gold.
Before we start the last awarding ceremony, once again you can see the highlights of today's final block on the screen.
Some highlights to look at. Don't go away. We've got one more medal ceremony to come. The medal ceremony of the under 57 kilos category.
Now we are waiting for the last awarding ceremony. This will be for women under 57 kilo. The results after the first day. Team of Republic of Korea, 2 gold medals. Team of Japan, 1 gold, 2 silver medals. Team of France, third place, 1 gold, 1 silver and 1 bronze medal. Team of Kosovo, 1 gold and 2 bronze medals. Israel and Chinese Taipei, 1 silver medal each. Russia has 2 bronze medals. Mongolia, Canada, Georgia, Netherlands, and Ukraine, 1 bronze medal each. Welcome to the medal ceremony for women under 57 kilo.
تتويج سيدات أقل من 57 كيلوغرام.
The medals will be presented by the Vice President of the International Judo Federation and President of the African Judo Union, Mr. Habib Sissoko. Bronze,
Mr. Habib Sissoko, Vice President of the IJF, just about to present his prizes, and first bronze medal goes up to Jessica Klimkate of Canada. What a performance that was. Quickest match of the day. Ojigari opening seconds, and what an Ojigari that was. Wow. Chikova of Kosovo gets the other bronze medal. A silver medal then goes to Cizik of France. And beautiful bit of Newaza, bit of groundwork there by this lady. Took the opportunity. It took a while to get there, didn't it? Because Cizik was really throwing bombs at the 2018 world champion. But in the end, the turnover here, one that she practices time and time again. Ties up the top half of her opponent, takes that little trap leg out and into the hold down. Great win for Yoshida at this Doha World Masters.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Japan.
النشيد الرسمي الياباني.
Thank you very much.
Well, a great way to end the first day of competition, and Korea in the lead with 2 gold medals. That was the men's under 60 kilos with Kim Won-jin, and of course the under 66 kilos category with Ambol. Japan came second in the medals with a gold and 2 silver medals. France third with a gold medal, a silver and a bronze. All to fight for tomorrow. We've got the middleweight categories. We've got 4 categories tomorrow. Under 63 kilos and under 70s for ladies, and the under 73 kilos and under 81s for men's. Looking forward to some more action. Started a bit slow during the day, but we had a great final block. Everything to fight for. Here we can see it, medal table shows it clearly. 2 gold medals to Korea, 1 gold medal to Japan, France and Kosovo. And yeah, Chinese Taipei down there, they've got a silver medal, and Russia there lying in 7th place there with, 2 bronze medals. All the way down here, we can see Netherlands, Ukraine, each with a bronze medal apiece. And of course, we're going to see more great action tomorrow. We're looking forward to a bit of a faster start. We saw too many golden scores. Sure, it's going to happen. Ippon's all the way. Sure it is. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Until same time tomorrow morning, it's goodbye from me and goodbye from Doha.